Hi everybody, this is Anavel from CollectionDX.com, and today I'm bringing you a video review of ThreeA Toys Metal Gear Rex from Metal Gear Solid and Metal Gear Solid 4. Now, posted an unboxing video for you guys the other day. I've played around a little bit with this guy, not too much since then. I've put the batteries in. As you can see, I've already turned on the lights. There's two on each side of the cockpit, and then basically the eye is what I always pictured it as. On each side here is lit up. The cockpit can be opened, and I guess there is not an additional light, but these two clear pieces are lit up on both sides. I'll move the camera back here, get situated, sorry. And just start off. This thing is humongous. As I said the other day, weighs a lot. I don't have a scale here, so I can't give you an actual weight. But it's definitely heavy. The box was about 20 pounds, so discarding the packaging, it still weighs quite a bit. Overall, it's a very high quality feeling toy. The finish and paint is amazing. It's very well painted and weathered. It's a finish that's kind of, you see on a lot of the stuff ThreeA puts out, but it just fits this toy really well. If you want a clean looking Rex, you're not going to get it from them unless they change their minds and reissue it with a different paint scheme, but I don't really see that happening, but you never know. So this guy ran around $400 to $500, depending if you had a ThreeA membership or not. You could get it at a slight discount. They have this program where you pay once a year and you get a discount on all your purchases for that year. I'm not sure exactly how much it is. I actually had Ben, loves ThreeA. He's got a ThreeA membership. He helped me out with getting this guy. That's Prometheum 5. Check out his reviews on CollectionDX, Real Steel, and all the other ThreeA stuff. Their original figures. He loves them. He's got a ton of them. A lot of great reviews up on CollectionDX. So back to Rex here. I put in the 3 AAA batteries. They're kind of behind the head, and there's a small switch behind the head to turn them on and off. I guess I'll turn them off for you just so you can see what it looks like on and what it looks like off. So there it is off, and there it is on. These are very blue in color and quite bright. I guess while I'm talking about lights, I also put the lights in to the railgun here. That's the other light feature. There's an on-off switch on the bottom, and there's a switch to actually show the effect on the top. You just press and release, and you can see it there. Let me do it again. So there's actually several LEDs on the top and the bottom. They go the full length of the barrel, and then there's a center LED in the back. Once again, really bright and cool looking effect. No sound, but really looks quite good. So I'll go on to articulation of the figure. The foot spikes have 2 joints on them. This toe piece is actually articulated. There's little pads for the feet in the front, which are articulated. There's a slight amount of swivel here where the two parts of the legs meet. This side armor piece is on a ball joint. There's a joint to rotate at the body and the leg, and the leg can also be pitched in and out and in this direction, whatever you want to call that. I did also, since the unboxing, I put these little missile or maybe smoke launcher parts on. They all look the same to me, and they aren't keyed any differently, so you can put them anywhere. I also put on all these covers that had kind of fallen off. These aren't super secure, but these stay on fine. The ones on the top of the back section are a little looser, but they aren't going to fall out. You're not going to be turning this figure upside down or anything. But if you bump them with your hand, they'll come out. They don't sit in very tightly, but don't let that stop you from getting this toy. It's not a huge deal to me. I've noticed some of the other armor parts are a little bit loose, mainly this one on both sides. You know, put a little bit of something on these tabs, and that should secure it up a little better. So more articulation. Let's talk about the. I'll stick with the legs. I was on the legs. The heel on both sides. There's a rotation joint. Am I in the frame? Yeah, good. There's a rotation joint here and here. So I've moved this up kind of to the elevated position. When you take it out of the box, it's in the lower position. So these rotate and click into place, and you can have it down kind of lower in the deactive position, I guess I would call that. And they're fairly tight. They're clicky. What kind of helps support the weight too is when you move it back here, these two portions butt together. So there's no problem holding the weight of Rex. I guess you could also do this and get it kind of in between. You could do that if you wanted. I think this is kind of where it's supposed to be. But you have some options there. There's also a joint somewhere in this area where the legs, the two halves of the legs can compress together. I'd only moved these once before, so there it goes. Forgive me if I have a little trouble. There. So that kind of pitches the whole body back a little bit. Somewhere in here is the center of rotation. So this line and this line were parallel now. They're tapered a little bit towards the back. Alright. You can rotate the back and the whole center of the body. Basically, there's a axis that runs through the whole toy here, where the leg rotates, the center of the center body section rotates, and the backpack section rotates. So you can, and they kind of move together, so it's a little weird. It can be a little awkward at times, but you see now this is pitched pretty far backwards, and I have the center of the toy level, or you can rotate the center of the toy down and keep the backpack level. I'm going to put it back to kind of this neutral position and continue on. This little part underneath is kind of loose. I don't think it's supposed to come out or move or be a feature or anything. I'm not sure why it sits exactly the way it does, but it does. It's not coming out or going anywhere. It just wiggles. So these parts are kind of joint covers. They're just kind of free hanging pieces. The gun on the crotch rotates freely, it's detented into a couple of positions, so 1, 2. This top isn't detented, but it does stay there, so there's 2 detented positions for that gun. Onto the neck, I guess you would call it. This can be raised and lowered. It is all the way up right now, and that's all the way down. So there isn't a ton of motion there. There's also a joint at the head, which is detented. That is all the way up. So there's 3 positions for that. The head does not, as far as I can tell, rotate left to right or tilt this way either. But I guess a little bit of rotation may have been nice if you wanted Rex looking left or right. But this is alright. So you can kind of see, looking with the head level, you can basically make the head a little bit lower than the backpack section, or you can push it up and it's just about level with the top of the backpack section now. The camera's a little low, so you can't exactly see that. I'm going to actually raise the camera up right now as I move to the radome and the railgun and the articulation and details of that. So out of the box, as you saw in the video, you do have to attach the railgun. It's just 2 clips that push on. I do have a little bit of complaints here with the railgun. There is a joint here to rotate the gun up. This is its lowest position. So if you listen, you may hear, I'll be quiet. Alright, well, there's a very faint click. So there's supposed to be a detent to hold the gun up. And if I release my hand, it lets go. So my hand is on here and it's about level. And if I take my hand off, it dips down 10 or 15 degrees. And I'm pretty disappointed in, a $400 or $500 toy. This is like the main feature of Rex. They couldn't make it able to support its own weight. I don't know if this is a problem, for all of these figures, or if it's me. I'm going to try to find out some more information about this. I have like a couple times been able to get the joint to hold, trying to kind of squeeze it together and fiddle with it. I've only done it about twice out of trying dozens of times. So when I put it on display, hopefully I'll be able to get it to stay, but it seems like it may even be getting worse with time. There's also a little collapsible piston here, which moves when you move that joint up and down. There's a rotation here, and there's also another rotating joint at the body, which not only rotates, but there's kind of a parallel motion thing there where you can move that whole arm back and forward slightly. So the joint system is essentially the same on the other side. When you get to the radome, let's spin around. Hard to see, forgive me. I just knocked one of these off with my hand. When you get to the radome doesn't, well, I guess it is the same. The radome, or no, it is different, sorry. There's no joint for the radome to look left and right at the radome, but there is a joint for the radome to go up and down at the radome. And it's the same here. I'm not going to move this joint, even though the radome is pretty light. I don't know if me moving this the first time broke it and screwed it up. Right now this is sitting level. That's where I want it. I'm not going to risk screwing that one up. Also with the radome, there's this piece you have to put on. It's on a ball joint and a hinge joint, so you can move it up and down. You can move it left and right. And the radome does not rotate at the back of it where it meets the rest of the radome assembly, I guess, here. So that fin is kind of permanently stuck at the top of the radome. You can't have it off at the side or in between 45 degrees, let's say. As far as taking the armor off, I have not actually done it yet. I pull out the manual. Goes through in a lot of pages. All the parts that come off, and there's a lot of them. So I'm gonna at least film myself starting to take them off, and depending on how it goes, maybe I'll roll it in, maybe I'll cut it out. I have no idea how easy or difficult it's going to be, or how long it's going to take. So I'll probably cut this to music and speed it up a little bit as I follow through the manual on how to do this. So that's it. It's all off. Let me back it up a little so you can see the whole thing kind of with the armor removed. Okay. Supposedly this toy is supposed to be about 1/48 scale. It does come, if you bought it from ThreeA, their Bambaland store. It comes with this little Metal Gear Solid 4 version of Old Snake, and it's okay. He does have some black spots on his face, like his nose. It's pretty well sculpted. The paint, yeah, it's okay. He's a little rubbery. He looks good until you come up, you know, pretty close, and then you can see, yeah, he's not perfect. If you want some real detailed close-up shots of him, look in the full review. But he can be put into Rex's cockpit, which I briefly showed this at the beginning of the video. I'll give you some more detail here. It clicks down. There's one position. There's two. There's three. You can have it stupidly open like a ton. Oh, actually, the I noticed just now the instrument panel is actually lighted as well. But you can put him in the cockpit. Supposedly, I haven't done this yet. So there's just some tight clearance between the seat and the handlebars, basically. The sticks. There he goes. And his hands actually fit onto the grips in the cockpit. If you wanted to struggle. And there he goes. Okay, so he's in there. His hands are on the grips. I'll actually zoom in so you guys can see a little better. Isn't that cool? I would have liked if they gave you a Metal Gear Solid version of Liquid, maybe. Hey, but that's kind of nice. Something you got a little extra if you bought from ThreeA, and it didn't cost you anything more. It actually cost you less if you buy direct from ThreeA, and you have their membership. So if you buy from ThreeA regularly, it should be about the same price as distributor versions. Something I don't know here, I will check and put it into the text review, is how attainable this guy is. I don't know. I do know that ThreeA took pre-orders, and You can't buy it from 3A anymore. Distributors may still have some in stock. I'll try to do a little bit of research and write about it in the text review. Again, pre-order price $400 to $500, shipping included. Now it could be anywhere. I will try to talk more to it in the text review. Something I had seen also was the claimed scale for this guy. It was supposed to be about 1/48. So I actually have a couple of quote 1/48 guys here. This is a Yamato 1/48 pilot figure, not really focused on. You get the idea. This is a Real Robot Revolution. The guy from Leisner, AG something or other, from that kit. How do they compare with Snake? I wonder if this Yamato guy can actually fit in here. Well, Snake's about twice his size, so maybe this is not quite 1/48. He fits kind of okay. He's more standing on the seat than sitting on it. I don't think I don't think 3A sold this as a 1/48 scale figure, but I will find out, and I'll have some more size comparisons in the full review. How about size? Look for the full review on size, but the railgun, that's 24 inches long. That's 2 feet. The height here, it's about 18 inches high. 18 to 20 inches long. So this is a huge, huge, huge figure. I have nothing that pales in comparison here. Everything is just blows anything else out of the water. I'm going to wrap this up and give my final thoughts and comments. Overall, this is an amazing, amazing, amazing figure. It's huge. The quality is very good. It's incredibly well painted, sculpted. The removable armor gimmick is neat. All the detail underneath is just incredible. The lights are great, both the lighted cockpit and the lighted feature in the railgun. Just look at that. It's spectacular. You know, if you like Metal Gear Solid, if you like Rex, you basically have two options. There's this, and there's a model kit from Kotobukiya. Look for a review of that kit soon on CollectionDX. I don't know if it will go up before or after this review, but you know, if you want Rex and you like it, get it. I can only imagine the price of this is going to go up and up and up. It's going to become harder to find. Who knows if it's going to be reissued in the future. It's pricey, but as you can see, it's huge. You know, it's just amazing. I have one complaint about this figure. It's not enough to kill it for me by far, but it is pretty disappointing that this joint that is supposed to hold the railgun at the body doesn't have enough strength to hold it up. You know, I just, once again, is it a design flaw or is it just me? I don't know. I would hope that it's just me and that 3A would have, you know, not let this go out the door, not being able to hold the railgun up. I did mention earlier I was able to get it to hold itself up like twice. Just fiddling obsessively with pushing one way, pushing the other way, kind of squeezing it together. And it held up actually for a couple days that way without me touching it. So we'll see what happens when I try to get it on display. You know, it's unfortunate, but there's so many other great things about this figure that it's a small mark against overall a great figure. So I'll say it again, if you want it, buy it, because it's spectacular. Alright, look for the full review soon on CollectionDX.com. I'm going to put this video review up first, hopefully, and get the text review and the photos shot and up in a few days. Thanks.